Hi, I'm Alexi Pukanikin, and we're ballin' today, tomorrow, and most definitely yesterday. At what cost? It's 2025. We have made it here. I will tell you something right now. There will be nothing regular in 2025. In fact, there will be no regular season no more. We left that behind in 2024. The NFL 2024 regular season is officially over. We're moving on to the wild card rounds. But before that, let's look back at NFL 2024. Right? The regular season that we had, the rookies that entered the league, and the elite of the elite that are shining brighter than ever going into 2025. Let's start off with the offensive rookies. Now, end of 2024, it really was the time for exciting whites. I think Luigi Mangione just kind of popped the roof off that sucker, you know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of exciting whites, that dude is definitely receiving a lot of mail while he's sitting in the jail cell. I'm sure the messages are flooding in of chicks just going like, oh my, he's about to, by the time he gets sentenced to prison, he's going to have like 7 wives that just come visit, and then, somehow he's going to impregnate one of them. But anyways, we're moving a little bit off topic. We're talking about exciting whites here. Brock Bowers. As exciting as a white can get. But unlike Luigi, Brock catches bullets instead of shooting them. And he's darn good at it too. With Brock, you can practically see, when you look at him, you can practically see the extra work that he has had to put in, compared to, the black athletes. And with that extra work that he's been putting in, and that hairline, I'm sure it'll fix itself soon with the technology available. But, yeah, this guy's numbers are just simply undeniable. Top 3, I think, in terms of receiving rank, according to Pro Football Reference, at least. Number 1 was Jamar Chase, which we'll get to. Number 2 was Amon-Ra St. Brown. And then we just got Brock Bowers. Not even a wide receiver, just a tight end looking to make a mark. And I'll tell you, Brock, great future ahead of him. He's already, in some ways, he's already made, Tom Brady some money. So, I'm sure Tom Brady is looking up to this young buck and going like, all right, here we go. This guy is the furthest thing from Aaron Hernandez. We need to keep that guy. We need to pay him. So let's just say future will be looking pretty bright for Brock Bowers in Las Vegas, even though this year, for the team at least, it was not so bueno. But Brock being the excitement in the Raiders. And, you could say that about Max Crosby, but is Max Crosby really white? You know what I'm saying? All right, let's move on. Let's move on to my brother, Jaden Daniels. Okay, you're extremely good at football. You're really good at quarterbacking. You're handsome. You're black. You got yourself a Hail Mary win. In the regular season, and then you took the Commanders to the playoffs. I mean, it's pretty clear that Jaden Daniels should win the Offensive Rookie of the Year, right? Like, I mean, it would almost be borderline racist if, he wasn't favored to be the offensive rookie. Like, it would, if you would steer some other way. Bo Nix deserves to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year. His numbers are higher than Jaden Daniels, except for the accuracy parts. Like the yardage, the everything else, they're higher. But it's just he wasn't as accurate as Jaden Daniels, and the team record is slightly better with Jaden Daniels. Still equally impressive in my opinion. Higher numbers, not as accurate. Took the team to the playoffs, even though they've been missing playoffs, right? Broncos been missing the playoffs. Now they may. Both guys, rookie year, took their team to the playoffs. Pretty impressive. I don't know. If I had to pick. All right, fine. Let's just move on to defensive rookie. I feel like that got off to a bad start there. I feel like there's tension in the air and everything like that. Defensive rookie. We only got one candidate. In my opinion, it's Quinyon Mitchell. I definitely pronounced that way too high. But I mean, if the Eagles' offense wasn't working at full force, which, sometimes some teams would find a way to, hold back Saquon from just doing what he does at 100%. So if the Eagles' offense weren't, clicking like that, this guy held his own amongst the other elite athletes in the Eagles' cornerback room and never let the other offense take advantage. And I think that's been like a big problem still if Eagles have a hole in their game. It's just they don't have this like unstoppable offensive feeling. Saquon, he has these stats just because he does the dirty work. Like he just gain a few yards and then we'll see, So with all that being said, Eagles having moments of struggling to score points, well, I think Quinyon Mitchell was one of the big reasons. Of course, there's C.J. Gardner's, what was his name? C.J. Johnson? Sorry, I'm blanking out a little bit. But the fact that this guy was also there that you can depend on, and that's why the Eagles ranked number 1 against wide receivers throughout the year easily. Quinyon Mitchell, one of the reasons right there. See who's racist now. Clear candidate. Black cornerback wins that defense. Yeah, see, if anything, Quinyon is a little racist for not letting his fellow brothers catch the ball. So there, we've balanced it out. No more tension. There, I got rid of it. Just like that. Okay, now we're moving on to the non-rookies. All right, these guys been in the league, only elevating, and they're getting to a point where it's scary. I have to say that about my boy, Patrick Surtain Dos. That's why I don't really pronounce his full name. I think he has one of the sickest sports, like whatever abbreviations or, whatever they're called. PS2. My boy PS2. He's the man. He's the man. In Denver, this guy does his job as well as Nikola Jokic. Every time he's on the field, you feel his presence. Oh, yeah. And he definitely does something with it. PS2. There you go. Without a doubt. In my opinion, without a doubt. Yes, there was other great guys in that defensive team. That's the Broncos. But PS2 making all the difference. He's just, oh, man. It really is. Like, as long as he's on the field. If I were the offense, I'm pissing my pants a little bit. All right. PS2. That's my defensive player of the regular season. Now let's go back into a little bit of controversy. Now we're going to mix it up a little bit. Offensive player. And I did make this little thing for myself. It can't be a quarterback. Because for the MVP, I'm going to just say that's only quarterbacks, right? That's not necessarily true in terms of the voting. And neither is it for the offensive player, but I feel like this way it helps it out a little bit. And let's just start off with Saquon Barkley, who was the one and only in my fantasy team throughout the year, achieved 2,000 plus yard season in his first year out of New York. First year with a new team. Boom. 2,000 plus yards. Last time somebody did that, I think it was 2020, Derrick Henry, right? And we all know how great Derrick Henry is. Arguably should be on this list. Arguably has been pretty damn effective level with Saquon Barkley. But the fact that this guy averaged over 125 yards per game, which is insane. That's a crazy average. That is a crazy average. Backwards hurdle. Oh my God. Oh my God. If there was one play that I could it's just photogenic memory, it's the backwards hurdle. The backwards hurdle. Who does things like that? Okay. So that's just Saquon real quick to condense it. Then we got Jamar Chase. Yes, a little bit different to a running back. A wide receiver depends on a great quarterback to be able to, get that target completed. But achieving the triple crown is absolutely insane. Let alone the fact that he's 24 years old, bruh. That guy's my age, bruh. Look at what I'm doing with my fucking miserable life. That guy's fucking getting the triple crown in the NFL. Number one in passing yards, number one in touchdowns, number one in receiving yards. What up? What up? No, it was number one in catches, number one in receiving, number one in touchdown. Last time someone achieved it, Cooper Kupp, in the 2021 season, Cooper Kupp won this and the MVP. All right, so this is absolutely crazy. And you know what's the craziest part too? I really, in some ways, have Saquon put up higher. Actually. Because I think really without the, the constant tush pushing, they would have been slightly in shambles. AJ Brown and Devontae Smith were not like popping off this year, right? Devontae Smith became more reliable. Every time he was on the field, he was on and off. He was dealing with injuries sometimes. AJ Brown, it's just, I feel like Saquon, like I've never seen anyone even try to attempt a backwards hurdle, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like in a way that I saw Cooper Kupp 2021 season. So in some ways, I know this sounds fucked. I've seen reflections of that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen something similar. But with Saquon, damn. Just a brute. That's like offense. That's like, ugh. You don't even talk about, like, it doesn't even matter how good the Eagles defense was with Quinyon Mitchell, but just pure offensive work. I gotta side with my boy Saquon Barkley, but this all ties in together one way or another because we're going to the MVP, man. The most prestigious award. Joe Burrow. Joe, tell the Bengals you can't take it anymore. They fucking up your whole flow. And I know you got more to show. Joe, I want you to spread your wings and go. Go. Anywhere else. And they will pay the same dough. Without having a model hoe watching your dough. Come on, man. Him and Jamar Chase. And, okay, well, see, that's the whole thing now. Well, the fucking, the salary cap and everything is about to go bananas in Bengals. Because Joe Burrow pretty much got like a, close to a supermax type of deal. As big as it gets. This guy just got the triple crown. Jamar Chase. And he's 24 years old. So you have no choice. You have simply no choice. First of all, that's where I've really gone to. Yes, okay, I could root for Cincinnati. I could root for the Bengals. But really, at this point, I'm rooting for Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Those two guys together, that duo right there, unstoppable. Everything we wish Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams would have been in the New York Jets. That's what they are. To the highest level. So Joe, please, go. Go somewhere where they you don't have to pay someone to watch your dough, man. Because that's bruh. That is messed up, dude. That you're like fighting for your life. That is messed. There has been so much PTSD for Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I can't even imagine. I mean, these guys are fighting for their life, pretty much have a chance to make the playoffs until the very last moment, until the very last second. They had a chance, right? Fighting for their life. This whole time, home gets burglarized, right? Like, you're like going like, what the like, there's not even anyone here. Like, who the right? Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I really hope Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, they achieve greatness. They get the Super Bowl one day, because right now I just think it's going to be a long road till they get there if they're in the Cincinnati Bengals organization. Okay. All right. But that's Joe. And shout out to Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I really, if anything, this was just, my way of paying homage to you guys, because unfortunately, Broncos country, we beat the Chiefs, but the second string Chiefs pretty much. Week 18 denied Bengals of a playoff chance. I'm praying for you guys. I really am. Lamar Jackson Jr. played a whole season of football in and out of Baltimore without having his home burglarized. And he lives in Baltimore. His home wasn't burglarized in Baltimore. Think about that. And was more accurate while doing it. His accuracy has been off the charts this year. Like, just, this guy don't miss. This motherfucker don't miss. And he's African American. MVP. 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 There you go. I don't know what else to tell you. Josh Allen. I mean, where would the Bills Mafia be without Josh? Lamar Jackson Jr. got a Derrick Henry. Joe Burrow got a Jamar Chase. Josh Allen makes it work with what he got. He doesn't need a Derrick Henry or Jamar Chase or a Saquon Barkley. No. Doesn't need any of that. Still gets engaged to a Hollywood actress, number 2 seed in the AFC. Joshua Allen, the people's MVP. The people's MVP. All right. With that being said, really, it would be a very big shame if neither Jamar Chase or Joe Burrow wins one of these awards. So that's all I wish for, really. Like, whatever y'all got to do, whatever the AP, Associated Press of the NFL, that's who votes. As long as one of those guys are there. All right. That's all I ask. Because it's been torture. I mean, the 2024 regular season might have been just like the Bengals torture season. I mean, it was just brutal. It was brutal. AFC North, gonna be a brutal division for quite a while. All right. But that was my picks for the 2024 season. These are the picks for the awards, but without moving too fast into the wild card rounds, it's about to get wild. Let's go through very few honorable mentions. And these are all players who are not in the playoffs. So, they're on their way to Cabo, Cancun, wherever. Hawaii. No, I don't think any. Maybe Hawaii. Who knows? Bali. I'm sure there's a couple of dudes going out to Bali. These guys, even though they're on holiday, early holiday in some ways, I mean, I'm sure some guys are happy about that, but these are the guys that are on vacation right now that I really do think their work that they put in throughout the regular season or during the regular season was, you gotta tip the hat. You gotta really. So these are the guys. All right. Let's start off with quarterbacks. Jameis Winston. unwavering faith. That's what I'll have for you. Forever and ever. Unwavering faith. Blessed by the Lord. Okay. But thank you. Because Russell Wilson was kind of just locked in like that. So I'm not saying you weren't. You definitely were, but you were on and off the field. So when you were on, brother. And I respect the energy you brought out to the field, out to entertain the masses. Thank you, Jameis Winston. That was wonderful. Wonderful show of unwavering faith. Caleb Williams, rookie quarterback. I mean, he did go through too much to be able to be on that list, but get this. Most sacked quarterback, but quite a lot this season. Like, he got his shit sacked on. But still ended up being top 3 in the league when it comes to pass to interception percentage. Top 3, guys. That is kind of absolutely madhouse, in my opinion. Because that just, it comes to show, like, this guy, like, pressure is not even a thing. Like, every time, like, if he throws, it's like he's gonna make it count. So with that being said, Caleb Williams, the Bears went through a rough season. I think it will actually genuinely get better. And I do think the NFC North is going to go through some, changes within the next 3 seasons that, hey, dude, chin up high. Chicago, I believe in you guys. All right. Bryce Young, quarterback, second year, I think was this his sophomore year. Panthers had another rough one in terms of the regular season, but he proved his ability after being benched. Like, he got benched. Andy Dalton came in, won the Panthers a game, and then Bryce Young, during the practices, during the, off days, from the games, he climbed that ladder. He proved himself. And then now, when the season has ended, I have concluded that Bryce Young did prove his ability to the fullest extent of why he should be a starting quarterback in the NFL. And Panthers, why not? Your division isn't that difficult, at least. So it could start looking a little bit better. Just get some more offensive weapons that really do a big deal. And Bryce Young. Nice. Hell yeah. LaCurco Chains. LaCurco Chains. Kirk Cousins. I really thought you were going to make an impact in Atlanta, right? I thought the African-American community were going to embrace you fully. And maybe they did, but you couldn't 100% pay them back. I get it. Dude. And, they just picked up a freaking, first round quarterback, Michael Penix. I get it, man. It was not it wasn't the best. You got paid though. Come on. You got paid though. So with all this being said, I just hope that this is not some farewell. I hope to see you in a starting quarterback position next year. But yeah, thank you, LaCurco Chains, for the moments. Will Levis, dude. Generational memes. I mean, just generational memes. The on the knees, out to throw the interception. Dude, nah, bro. This guy is so funny. The one face he makes, what is that face? Oh my god, the one. I wish they have like a HD freaking rendered out version of that image, but what's that? Just a face of disgust, like ah, like fucking. This guy is so hilarious. I don't know if I wish to see you in a starting quarterback position. But, honestly, if you can keep on giving us the memes that you have, fuck it, dude. Please, please be a starting quarterback next season. Please, Will Levis, I'm begging you. Drake May, the only Drake that didn't get canceled last year. The Drake that didn't get canceled, Drake May, chill guy, and made some great plays, like almost elite plays in a struggling team. And I really do think that he kind of planted his foot down and got himself that starting quarterback title now in at least New England. So Drake May, look at yo. Fucking, fuck Kendrick Lamar, I'm kidding. It's a joke, guys. Jonathan Taylor, running back of the Indianapolis Colts, started reminding us his potential as a running back. It started, like he was out for quite a while. I was always just thinking like, well, where is he? There he was. Shout out to Jonathan Taylor. Shout out to my two boys. They went through torture as well. The Colts, one way or another, had a chance to make the playoffs until the very end. Couldn't pull through. It was a rough one, especially after losing to the Giants. Out of everyone, the Giants in like week 17. So, not great. Pat McAfee went off on you guys. Not great. Not great. He says he won't be renewing his regular season ticket. Not great. Season ticket, not great. But I do think out of the not great things in the Indianapolis Colts, I think Jonathan Taylor is one of the great things about the Colts. So shout out to Jonathan Taylor. Shout out to my two buddies. They know who they are. Colts diehard fans. Shout out. Garrett Wilson. I think he was probably one of the more tragic characters. After Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, I would argue Garrett Wilson just had a miserable season. Even though in some ways it was great. Like stats weren't bad. Right? The stats definitely were up there. I don't think he liked what was going on in the Jets. I don't think he liked it that much when Devontae Adams joined in. Right? Aaron Rodgers not even playing like himself. He's just... Dude, there was that one Jets blowout a few weeks ago. Man, I've never seen someone so defeated while catching a touchdown. He was just like where they were almost about to get blown out. Like they had 0 points in the fourth quarter. And he catches a touchdown from Aaron Rodgers. He's like the fuck was, he was just, where the, this could have been from week one. What are we doing now? Like, I just think he's one of the more insanely talented wide receivers. But just because he's in the Jets and Aaron Rodgers is this, it's just he went from the bad man to becoming, everything's great, man. He's like that guy now, Aaron Rodgers, the bad man, to everything's great, man. Like that's the vibe I get from Aaron Rodgers now. Like, God damn, man. He's fucking raging on the field. And then once he gets off the field, he's like, hey, all right, hey. Goes to Pat McAfee show. Hey, all right, hey, It's going pretty great, guys. Paid Netflix show. What up? Ayahuasca. What up? Yeah. So with that being said, Garrett Wilson, I love you, man. You did great work for my fantasy team. You were probably one of the more reliable wide receivers that I had to start every week. You're amazing. I don't know what I feel about Aaron Rodgers anymore, and I'm sure you feel the same way too. So, Garrett Wilson, absolute savage. Trey McBride, tight end. I got to throw a tight end in there. Another exciting white. Kept the Cardinals alive. Kept the Cardinals exciting. There was Marvin Harrison Jr., one of the more exciting rookie wide receivers, has immense talent, immense skill. Trey McBride, in some ways or another, overshadowing the very talented rookie wide receiver. So shout out to Trey McBride also for having just a fucking sick name, dude. Yeah, going on to, this is partly because of Jameis Winston, but also partly because he was just there to play. Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver of the Browns, only exciting starter throughout the whole season in the Browns and just put in the work, was the only reason why Browns were even somewhere any game. I really do think so. So Jerry Jeudy, shout out to him. Tyreek Hill, shout out to Tyreek Hill. He just said he's out. He's out. He's out. And people are like, how dare you leave the Dolphins? Dude. He got arrested for no reason. Borderline police brutality for no reason. He's out of there, dude. He's out of there. He's a competitive dude. As much as you guys want to say that he's abusive towards women and he's not a great father, bro. This guy's one competitive motherfucker that wants to win in a team that wins, that makes the playoffs, contending for Super Bowls. He's going to make it happen. Dude, if he goes to the Ravens, oh, please go to the Ravens. Actually, now that I think about it, that sounds insane, actually. Lamar Jackson Jr. to Tyreek Hill. That sounds insane. So, yeah, honestly, okay. But shout out to Tyreek Hill. He also had a bit of a nightmare season. Really. It's just very similar to Joe Burrow. Like, what are we doing, guys? Like, what are we doing here? Like, I thought I had enough worries about, being tackled and trying to get killed physically, like by other men in a ball sport. Now I got to worry about this other external bullshit. Yeah, no. Tyreek Hill, get out of there. Get out of Miami before, it gets the better of you. Jimmy Butler is understanding the same thing. Jimmy wants out of there. There you go. Tyreek Hill, shout out to you. I might have to burn that motherfucking Miami Dolphins shirt that I got. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Anyways, real quick, Brian Thomas, rookie wide receiver from the Jaguars, did a great job, put up some great numbers. I mean, if Trevor Lawrence comes back next year fully healthy, and they have made some improvements, I think Brian Thomas Jr. is going to become Trevor Lawrence's go-to wide receiver. And it's a duo that could start cooking in the future. So shout out to him. And last but not least, Malik Neighbors, rookie wide receiver for the Giants. One of those is like, Giants, not great, but this guy always was there. Upset the hell out of the Colts week 16. So that's what it's all about. Neighbors got that swag too. One of those, cold wide receivers. Just cold. This boy, cold. All right. That's the 2024 regular season. Done. Dusted. Boom. Could you believe it? 18 weeks. Just like that. Flashed in blink of an eye. And then we go to the wild card this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so hyped for the wild card. And we start off with, this is a little bit, there's tension here for sure. A little bit politically charged, this game. The LA Chargers versus the Houston Texans. Texas versus LA. A tale as long as time. Justin Herbert, quarterback of the Chargers, finally has a reliable head coach in the postseason. You don't even... It's unsure if you can make the... Now he's in the postseason with a reliable head coach. That is something that I like to see. Also, C.J. Stroud, quarterback of the Texans, on a path to silence the sophomore slump doubters and also to avenge his brother who's injured out for the season, Tank Dell. With all this being said, though, this is the playoffs. And the winner of this faces off the Kansas City Chiefs in the next round. So I want the team to win that will be able to put up the most proper fight against the Kansas City Chiefs. And I do think that the Chargers will ultimately put up a better fight against the Chiefs than the Houston Texans will. So with all that being said, I'm going Harbaugh. It's fine, Texas. It's fine. Your boy Donnie T is going to be in office in about a week. So LA can have this one win in 2025. Let's just give it to them. They're Broncos country. They're AFC West. It's fine. I like to see this. Justin Herbert, really great guy, really great quarterback, ultra competitive. Same things could be said about Harbaugh. So there you go. Texas versus LA. LA takes this one. Let's try to circle that one out for the way. Boom. We're picking the Chargers. All right, next up, Steelers versus Ravens. Okay. A week 16, Ravens did kick our butt. Okay. What if Russell Dobbs pops off with George Pickens? Okay. But Lamar don't got the playoff ability. Okay. But what if the defense has made improvements? What if, it's Harbaugh, man. It's Harbaugh. And the Ravens. I don't know what to say, man. I don't want. Like, I don't even want to say it out loud. Just, there you go. There you go. I don't want to say it out loud. I'll be there watching, but I won't say it out loud. All right. Broncos versus Bills. Broncos. Broncos country. I believe. Bonito. That's who I'm talking about. Not even Bo Nix. I believe in Broncos country. Look at how dead serious I am. Do you think I'm fucking kidding? Yeah, that's right. No, I'm not kidding. Broncos country. Let's just make... Okay, one thing. Sean Payton, I know you're listening. I hope you're listening. Just don't... Dude, this is the playoffs, bro. Just play like you're in the playoffs. Don't play like all reserved and let's be careful here. Nah, dude. Bo Nix got a big-ass cock. We all know that. This guy gonna let it fling. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna, So Sean Payton, let's just play a little bit more aggressive, a little bit riskier. But I believe Bo Nix is a risk taker. And he'll elevate himself. So, Broncos country. We made the playoffs. Let's win one. Let's win one in the playoffs. Let's make this real interesting. All right. Broncos country. Let's ride. And what, you think there's a world where Josh Allen's going to be pissed or like really unhappy? Nah, dude. He's going back to Haley Stanfield. He's content with life. Packers versus Bills. Packers versus Bills. Look at that. Packers versus Eagles. Let the Eagles soar like it's never soared before. Yeah, I think that's as easy as it gets, in my opinion. It really is, because Eagles don't look like... the Eagles defense is just too good. It's just too good. Like, even if Josh Jacobs can pick up a few yards, you can't just depend only on Josh Jacobs. But then none of the wide receivers will be open. So there you go. Eagles Nation. Fly, birdie, fly. Birds go. That was the saying. Sorry. Eagles will be coming out on top against the Packers. Commanders versus Buccaneers. Very impressed by both teams for making the playoffs. Very impressed. All I wish is for an entertaining game. This is great. Veteran quarterback versus rookie quarterback. I do consider Baker Mayfield to be a vet. He's been through so many goddamn franchises, and now he's finally reaching the success. And I do think he's got more to give, but it's all right. Buccaneers can build around you now. May the best man win. Really. May Jaden Daniels or Baker Mayfield. But be honest, though, all right, because this is all entertainment. This is a whoopity-whoop-blah. Hypothetically, if this was a naval battle, which, I found this out after doing a little bit of research, commander is most commonly used for, the rank underneath general. Oh, the rank underneath captain when it comes to the Navy. So, the command, that's pretty typical, but you know what a buccaneer is? It's a pirate from the Caribbeans. So with that being said, if we this is like a naval battle, are you rooting for the guy with the fancy, the fancy, or are we rooting for the pirate? I don't know. And I do think this is all me and my, belief system and my, weird superstitious stuff. But I do think karma is real, and Commanders are going to suffer one day for that Hail Mary that they were able to get during the regular season. So I'm not necessarily saying that this is the moment now, this matchup. But at the same time, Baker going bake. And the Pirate does seem more interesting than, the Navy. Personally, I think Pirates are cooler. So yeah. Yeah, that's how retarded I am. We're going with Bucks. Look at that. Dude, if someone listens to this whole podcast episode, they're definitely convinced that I'm racist towards Jaden Daniels. All right. And last, but very not least, fuck it. Entertainment purposes. Once again, this is hibbity hoopla stuff. Vikings versus Rams. Rams have horns. Vikings wear hats with horns. So they they are able to kill the animal, and because they killed the animal with the horns, they can put horns on their helmets. In LA, there's the devil with the horns. The one time I won't say, Sean McVay finds a way. Kevin O'Connell, do your job. Do your job that you know how to do so well. All right, Vikings win this matchup. All right. And that is the wild card picks going into this weekend. Some games during Saturday. Yes, they have 2 games. Chargers, Texans, Steelers, Ravens on Saturday. Sunday, we got Broncos, Bills, Packers, Eagles, primetime, Commanders, Buccaneers, and then Monday Night Football is going to be Vikings versus the Rams. Seriously, can't wait whatsoever. And, yeah, that's that for the NFL. Wrapped it up in a nice little packet, the 2024 regular season, and now it's only playoff mode, nothing regular in 2025. But the UFC is making a return this weekend with a little fight night, just to kick us off before the pay-per-view we got for next weekend. Who's the main event? Well, who's the main event of the first UFC 2025 fight night? MacKenzie Dern fight week. Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in. Brother, you tell me, who's real pound for pound in the world and brings elite fight, highest numbers? MacKenzie Dern. I mean, she's fucking sensational. MacKenzie Dern is sensational. We're going to decision. Please grapple 5 rounds. All righty. That's how the UFC 2025 is starting. I feel amazing. I really do. I can't wait for the upcoming year. We're going to be ballin'. At what cost throughout the whole year, every single week, every single day, every single second. Last episode, I said stay ballin'. Now we're going to keep ballin'. Because there's nothing regular in 2025. I'm Alexi Pukanikin. It's been a wonderful time. I can't wait to have more wonderful times with you this year. And I'll see you next week.